Hey everybody, Jim Gonzalez here with EDI Support, getting back to you on our second stage of when a new client comes into EDI Support, how we help them, how we handle them. The first phase is essentially doing research. So they should do research, they should find out what's out there, what solutions are available. Whether you're new to EDI or existing in EDI, you should still do your research, see what's out there, see what they're offering, whether they're hosted in a cloud, whether they're considered managed services, whether they're an on-prem product, whatever it's going to be. You should really just do that research. So what we're saying is now you've done that research. And what you've probably found out is there's a lot of information that's out there. There's not a lot of companies, but there's a lot of information that's out there. You're going to find a lot of the companies have their what they call managed services. Some of them have hosted services. Some of them also have on-prem services. So let's think about what's the difference between those. So managed services is basically you're not going to own the product. They're going to own the product. They're going to take care of the product. They're going to service the product. They're going to create your maps. They're going to do all your connections. They're going to do all of those things. So managed means they're taking care of it, or they're supposed to take care of it, shall I say. As you'll find out, if you're coming from one of those managed service providers, not all the times do they truly work as a managed service provider. They say they do, but they don't necessarily. They still require you to have some knowledge on staff. Or reach out to a company like ours where we can provide you those years of knowledge and decades of knowledge to enhance what you don't have. Then you have number two. Number two is going to be a hosted solution. So that's going to be private cloud. That's going to be on their servers. That's going to be somewhere other than within your physical facility. So it's a hosted solution. Okay. Now, with that, you definitely need to have some type of EDI knowledge, whether it be on staff or it be through a consulting company or however it may be. And then there's number three, which is a on-prem product, which basically means you're going to have knowledge on staff. Out of those three, I'm going to tell you, you should still always have knowledge on staff, whether they're on staff or they're an outside entity that you trust to be an advocate for you. So EDI Support, we're able to do that. I keep my company very fluid in the fact that we can do different roles, different things, depending on the company and the client that we're working with. Again, we're looking to be your partner. We're not looking to dictate to you, tell you how to do things. We're looking to simply help to enhance who you are and what you do. So we've been brought into each one of those three molds to help different companies in different situations. Now, with that, what you're going to want to do is if you're looking at the managed solution, with a managed solution, what you want to ask is what's their response time? How quick are they going to get back to you? How fast are they going to provide you resolution for your issues? Reason being is just remember in EDI, time means everything. So if you have orders that are being shipped and an ASN or an 856, however you want to call it, needs to get to a certain facility, whether it be a DC or direct to store or whatever it may be, they're going to require you to have that ASN or 856 to them 24 to 48 hours before the shipment arrives, usually. So what does that mean? If you're in California and you're shipping product to Southern California, well, you have a limited window in which you need to get that 856 to that prospective EDI trading partner. And that 856 or ASN, just to give you a little brief knowledge on that, that's basically on a ship notice. So it's telling them what you are shipping to them so that their warehouse can prepare for that product to come in. So if your managed solution is not getting back to you, they tell you, listen, we send you an automated ticket. We put you into this automated ticket system. We're going to get back to you in 8 to 24 hours. Well, guess what? You're falling short on that promise that you've made to that EDI trading partner, getting back to them and getting documents to them in a timely manner. So that opens you up for chargebacks. So if you're going to do your research and you're going to look into and you're going to say, you know what, I want to look for a managed solution, look for managed solutions that give you a faster response time for handling those type of issues so that you're not getting chargebacks, because you're going to find any of those contracts, they're not going to uphold a chargeback. So if you get a chargeback from a trading partner, they're not going to be paying for it, even though they're your managed solution provider. They're most likely going to say to you, because in their contract, it is your responsibility. Well, that's where you got to do that little heads up, give yourself a little understanding as to what a managed solution means, how they handle that managed solution. Are they acting as an entity for you as your partner? Are they taking care of any of those issues, chargebacks, those kind of things? What's the resolution of times? So the next piece, let's look at a hosted. Okay, so hosted, again, could be managed. Usually it is. Hosted just basically means they're giving you the software. You are going to have access to that software. You are going to be able to go into that software, and you're going to be able to utilize it, set up your trading partners, set up maps, do those type of things. So it brings about those kind of questions. Okay, now it's hosted. What's their downtime? So if their internet goes down, your EDI is down. Trading partners still don't want documents to stop from shipping just because your hosted solution is no longer working, or the internet happens to be down. These things happen, whether you're using the big boys, AWS, Azure, independents that are doing hosting, or any of that kind of stuff. In a hosted situation, just understand that you are giving up that. You're leasing that piece of software. You're just having access every time you pay your monthly bill. Once you stop paying your monthly bill or your contract ends and you don't want to continue it, well, guess what? You no longer have anything because you were leasing. Think of it as a car. You lease a car or you buy a car. In a hosted solution, you're leasing. So the third one is on-prem. On-prem, people put it as on-prem, meaning it's on a rack server or on an individual server or any of those type of things. But it's also could be in a private cloud that you own or that you're responsible for. So now you're responsible for having the knowledge on staff, for you being able to maintain and take care of those products. That is basically on-prem, whether it's in the cloud or it's at your physical facility. That's what I consider on-prem, because now you've paid a licensing fee or you've paid a perpetual license that will extend for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, or forever, or it's independent of the machines. So again, as you're doing that research, those are some other pieces you're going to start to figure out. So those are things that we're helping our clients to figure out and to navigate those waters of which one makes sense for you, but also which one covers you the best so that you're not having to only pay out for a monthly service. Maybe you're also paying for chargebacks because you're not getting the responses that you need. Or you have, as I call it, you have a lot of noise. So we want to quiet the noise. We want to get rid of those things. We want to get rid of those headaches. And as you go along and you start doing more and more research, understand that another piece of that is transaction volume. You may be only doing 10 orders a month if we're talking retail. If you're talking healthcare, well, you could be doing 100,000 a month of transactions that are going to cost you every time a transaction comes through, or as they call it, a kilocharacter. Kilocharacter is pretty much the same level as a kilobyte. So if you think of memory instances and those type of things, transactions, some charge you per transaction, some charge you per kilobyte. So it's a little bit more detail that you're going to get involved in. And this, again, reach out to EDI support. We can go through these things. We can help you to navigate these waters and figure out which one's going to be your best means. And those phone calls are free. Those aren't phone calls that I'm charging you or that I'm saying, hey, again, if we can help you, we're here to help you. If we work together, we work together. If we don't, I've made a good friendship. I made a good relationship. And then down the road, if you want to actually come back, work with us, whatever it may be, say, hey, Jim, how are you doing? Shoot me an email. We've made that connection. So again, it's free of charge. And I'm not pushing a product on you. I'm saying, here's what I think would fit you. Or here's what it just won't work because you're not at that level yet. But when you get to that level, give us a call. Or stay in contact with us, even better. You stay in contact, we keep passing along those knowledges. So that's step number 2. Step 1 is research. Step number 2 is figuring out which solution provider fits your mold of business or where you want to be in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road. So as long as you can start figuring out those things, we can then move on to the next piece of it. And the next piece of it is once we figure out which one from usually a financial situation or an infrastructure situation, there's usually your 2 areas that you're mainly focused on is infrastructure and cost. Another one could be which one allows you to set up trading partners, which one allows you to change your own maps, which one allows you to basically be your own support entity in handling these things, which one also handles implementations. Some of them are going to charge you for a map, and you just get the map. You're not getting the services of doing implementations, where that basically means somebody has to go through a testing process to make sure that it's interfacing with your back-end system and with your trading partner successfully. And then once all of that is signed off on, now putting it into what they call production. You get your business sign-offs, you get your trading partner sign-offs, you get all of those different things for the various EDI documents that you're doing. Not just, here's the maps, have a great day. That's what you're going to find. And you might not be prepared for that because maybe you don't have the staff knowledge to do your own testing, to do your own setups, to do your own implementations. So you may have not done your full research or answer all the questions that need to be answered before you selected a solution. So you usually will be in the client number 2, where you're with a solution and you're trying to find some other solution because you realized what you got just doesn't fit the mold that you're at now, or it costs too much, or you're not getting the response times that you need, or you need more features and functions and documents and docket file formats and different communications. You're going to find those things. It's a lot of information being thrown at you. But if you reach out to EDI support, we can help you along those lines. If you have any questions, visit our website, give me a call, shoot me an email. Either which one, I'll be more than happy to help you out.